Hi, and welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing something I don't usually typically do on the channel, but this is a very special occasion. We're going to be doing a Attack on Titan Chapter 139 complete spoiler review. So if you guys have not read it yet, please go ahead and read it before you actually watch this video. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, because again, this ending, first and foremost, if you like this ending, fantastic. If you don't like this ending, sucks, right? It kind of, goes. I feel like it's not many people are in the middle. I'm right in the middle. So, going into the spoilers right now, so if you guys, again, have not read it, go ahead and read it. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and say is I don't think this ending is bad, and I don't think this ending is good. And I want to say it was written to be like that. After Isama made the decision of not going through with the original ending, he decided to make a new ending, if you guys didn't know that. Going towards a more happy, quote-unquote, ending, because there's a lot more AOT fans, and he didn't want to, like, crush the fan base or anything like that. And I feel like this ending pretty much signified that. I feel like this ending did a really good job of not giving either party what they really wanted, because it's not really a happy ending, but it's not really the bad ending either, because again, we don't get any closure. I'm just gonna say that right now. We're gonna just jump straight into it. We don't get much closure because, unfortunately, we'll go through everything, right? So we start off the chapter with Eren and Armin and Paz, right? They're kind of just talking. This is a memory that Eren has, given basically not just Armin, but everybody. We saw in the last chapter with Mikasa as well that Eren did this, kind of telling them what's going on, why the reasoning for what he's done, kind of stuff like that, and how he wanted to become like the enemy of the world to basically make the people who killed him from paradise the heroes. It's basically, Lelouch from Code Geass' storyline. The big difference is here, we don't really get a whole lot of conclusion after this happens, which I do think that we could potentially get either another chapter somewhere down the line or a sequel at some point, because it does leave it open-ended, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So we kind of move over through the chapter. We're at the point where Eren basically finally opens up that he actually loves Mikasa, which I know a lot of people took that as like a huge, like, oh no, there's absolutely no way that's true, right? But obviously we all kind of knew from the very beginning that Eren loved Mikasa. Like, let's just be completely honest. Like, we've always seen little hints of it here and there, that there's always been like some type of love interest between the two, and there's been some type of build up throughout the series, kind of not really as much within like the last, but it's kind of hard, right? And when I think about it, it's kind of hard to build them up when everything was going down. But I think it was pretty obvious that Eren and Mikasa always had like a love interest for each other since they were kids. But obviously with Titans destroying the walls and everything going on, there's no time to talk about stuff like that. So we never really got really proper build up, besides like, Eren asking Mikasa a couple chapters back how she felt about him and stuff like that. But I think it feels like we kind of knew. But again, it is kind of an ass pull, because again, basically what they did was it kind of ruined Eren's character as well, right? Like, we could keep going down while I read it. You have the scene where Eren is like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want her to find another guy. I want her to only have feelings for me. Even after I die, I want her to hold me in her heart for a long time. I know a lot of people hate that, but I feel like it's good that that's there, mainly due to the fact that, in the last like 20 chapters, we have not been able to see how Eren truly feels about anything, because all we've seen is this anger genocide Eren, and now we're finally getting like a glimpse of what Eren really felt like. And to me, a boy who's around 19, it's pretty common sense that this is how he's gonna kind of feel. It's to me, like, obviously we saw how much hatred, how much anger he had, but there's always two sides to a story. We always see, with main protagonists, that they have this crazy fiery will, but there's always a downside to that, right? There's always some type of downside to it, and we definitely saw it with Eren now. We're seeing like the side of Eren that they haven't shown since, like season 3, because, everything that's happened like in season 4 and in the last 2 arcs, obviously shown Eren in a completely different light. But at the same time, Eren's still a crybaby. He's still a crybaby. He's always been a crybaby since day one, and I feel like this is not too much out of left field, but it definitely goes against everything that they built him up in the last 2 arcs. So I kind of wish that Isama put more of this style of Eren earlier on versus how they're doing it right now. Right? I feel like they could have done it a little bit better than just going crazy and just outright just ruining, like, not ruining his character, but changing his character up. I feel like they could have definitely done a bit more with the last 10 chapters, showing Eren like in different, more vulnerable situations, right? Instead of just showing the Alliance doing everything, they should have showed Eren, passively just kind of you know, how he felt about it, like how he truly felt, how he didn't want this to happen. I feel like they had a lot of time to go over what Eren truly wanted, and versus just throwing it all in the last chapter. So I do agree with people. I think this is still kind of like an ass pull of Eren's character development. But at the same time, I'm not shocked that this is how Eren feels. I just wish it was better written, if that makes sense. I'm okay with it, but I would have been more okay with it if they went into more detail. So let's keep moving down the line here. You have Eren finally saying he doesn't want to die. He wants to be there. He wants to be with Mikasa. He wants to be with his friends. Like, this part's very heartbreaking for sure. Like, put it like this, right? Put it like this. Eren, for a long time, has seen himself committing mass genocide. He has seen this future. He has seen this. But at the same time, I've always, like, I was talking to my friends, and I'll ask you guys don't think Eren could have done like a better job of like changing the outcome of the situation? Like, for example, you guys don't think he could have been able to like use his, we saw it with Grisha. That's why I feel like there was two different endings for sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just be outright. I feel like the ending that we got now was not when it changed. I'm pretty sure it was when the Alliance formed. When the Alliance formed, I feel like that's when Isama changed the story, because Eren's character development up to this point, it's been completely different. Like what I'm about to say, for example, it's Eren told Grisha, to kill, the original Founder Titan and get the Founder Titan for Eren. We had that scene, so why couldn't Eren do something similar with that with past Ymir or King Fritz, for example? Like, did he not have power? Like, did he not have the power to do that? Like, could he just not stop Ymir from becoming, King Fritz's slave, even though we found out Ymir loves King Fritz, which is very weird to me, and stuff like that. But, it's just kind of, it's a bit odd. It's a little bit of food for thought, but I feel like Eren could have possibly changed the past to change the future. But again, they decided to not to do that, but it's fine. But that's just a point I want to make. Then you have Eren showing Armin lava, stuff like that. They show the panel where it was supposed to be the last panel of Grisha holding Eren, saying, "Eren, you are free." And then during this whole sequence, Eren's telling Armin like, "Hey, we're gonna have to kill each other." But these memories did not happen till, obviously, Eren died. So then, we're at the part where all the Titan powers are gone. Which, here's another question I have: what happened to the semen thing? Right? What happened to like the little snail thing where it's just walking around, running around type of deal? Where is that? The actual creation of the Titan powers, right? Like, where is that thing at? But we never got it. It's not here. It's not here. So we don't get much conclusion for Ymir. I mean, we could kind of make our own conclusion saying, hey, Eren had the complete power of Ymir and the origin of the Titans, a little like cellular thing. And then after Eren dies, they just vanish, which we don't really get a clear indication of that, so we have to make that guess ourselves. But we don't get any closure for Ymir. We don't get any closure for the semen thing. So that's not here in this chapter. Now you have Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, just kind of hugging Eren's head. Gabby and all the boys come back. I'm okay with this. I know a lot of people weren't. I'm kind of okay with them doing that because, again, Titan powers are currently gone, but that's not like the biggest issue that I currently have with the chapter. Then you have paths, kind of, everybody pulls up, Levi is able to see, say bye to all of them, which is like a really good ending in my opinion. Sasha comes, she's able to say bye. So, that's cool stuff, obviously. Then you have the scene with Reiner and his mom. He's not the Attack Titan anymore. Not the Attack Titan, the Armor Titan, I apologize. And then over here we have Mikasa, Eren, and Armin again. They give him the proper burial. And then this is a scene that just bothered me, right? This is where everything went downhill. It's the part where the Marleyans, I'm assuming the Marleyans, I don't know who, we really don't have an idea which country this is, but they're pulling up on, Paradise already. Literally 10 seconds after, Armin is like, well, we killed Eren. We are the saviors of the world. We killed our own person. But the war's not over. This is where everything kind of went downhill for me. Like everything up to this point was fine. I was like, okay, I'm not 100% with it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not gonna cry 20 rivers on it. But this is the part that I thought was like, okay, what's going on? So like, yeah, Mikasa goes and buries Eren's head. We have Historia with her baby, and then we have Paradise, having to go to war with the rest of the world. And this is a very good line from Armin. I believe it's Armin. This fight won't end until either the Eldians or the rest of the world is wiped out. Maybe what Eren had said was right. So that right there is very true because, Eren wanted to destroy the whole world because they didn't listen. And guess what? Even till the very end, they didn't listen. Even with Armin and the boys becoming heroes of the world for killing Eren, it wasn't enough for them. It's not enough for, for the world to finally be like, hey, we're going to stop this, which makes sense. Obviously, it makes perfect sense when you think about it, because when you look at it realistically, Eren destroyed, even though he didn't destroy all the world, he destroyed a big chunk of it. Hatred's going to keep going. War will always continue to move on, and I think that's like the premise of the story. No matter what you do, war will always be there. A race war will always be there. Issues will always be there. Government issues will always be there. It's never going to be a perfect world, and I think that's kind of like what he's trying to articulate here. It's like, like even in our own world, even what type of agreements we come to, there'll always be hate, there'll always be racism, there'll always be certain things that we'll always be mad at each other over. And I think that's what this ending kind of signifies. It's that anger, that hatred, that racism of the world, and kind of showing you that no matter what you do, war will always continue on. And I think that is like the whole merit and the whole reasoning behind this story, is basically showing you no matter what, unfortunately, things will never change. And I think that's what it is, and that's why I feel like it's a very good and bad ending at the same time, because it's very cut in the middle. We don't get much closure, though. The war is still going on. It's said, we move on, we move a bit forward with everything. You have Falco, Levi, Gabby kind of doing there. Levi lost his eye, which is interesting, and then you have all the boys on the boat. You have Mikasa, being by Eren's side, basically signifying that she's never been with anyone else. And then you have Eren coming in as a bird, which it's pretty much confirmed that's Eren being reincarnated as a bird, which signifies freedom. He got the freedom that he wanted. He always wanted true freedom, and sometimes freedom comes with death. And I think that's kind of what, like, that simplify, he got what he wanted, because even if he stayed alive, I don't think he would have ever gotten his freedom, because he would just be in war still. So he got ultimately what he wanted, which was he ended Titan powers. He ended, he didn't end everything, but he ended quite a bit of issues with the Titan powers and stuff like that with like Paradise. For one, the issue with Paradise now is that they don't have Titans and they don't have walls, and they're like Madagascar. They're a very small little entity in the world. They're not very big at all. So with that being said, they're very, I feel like, defenseless, I would definitely say. And then, I feel like that was already one thing that I didn't like too much. It's like, okay, well, you took away the Titan powers, you took away this, but we're already back at the war. But that goes back to the first point, that I feel like it's just, they're going to be at war for the rest of their lives. On the boat, it seems that they're going towards somewhere. I don't know if they want to make another chapter signifying that Armin and the boys went to a different route, where they went and talked to the world leaders, kind of like trying to come up with a peace treaty. But how will that peace treaty actually work, because the world hates them so much? So I don't know how a peace treaty would realistically work in that sense. But again, I feel like it's open to a sequel. I feel like it's open to one more last chapter. I feel like it's open to Isama sitting down and answering a lot of fan questions. I feel like we have that. I feel like as a fan base, we at least deserve that, to get some questions answered. Like for Eren's character development, for example, like the biggest thing is like, why was he, like, he hit Reiner, like, why did he kill my mom? Which now we know that Eren could have prevented his mom's death, and he didn't do that. He chose not to do that. So that's just one thing right there that we have to kind of think about. It's that he chose not, like, he let his mother die, which is very weird when you think about it. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's not weird because we understand now, like, he did everything with a purpose. The only thing too is I kind of wish he just was more upfront about it. Like, if you know, he changed endings, cool. But again, I just wish that we saw more of that side of Eren, like him talk. But at the same time, I see another point where if Eren did not become the hatred of Paradise or of his friends, I feel like he would have never gotten basically the closure of, you know, Mikasa's final decision. I don't think Mikasa would have ever been able to make her final decision unless she was able to get, you know, Eren's full on unless like like let's put it like this: if Mikasa knew that Eren loved her, I was talking to my friend Kensei about it. Maybe she would have not killed him, and we would have got a completely different ending. And maybe Eren knew that. Maybe Eren knew already that if like he told them how he felt and he did this and that, that they wouldn't have not been able to kill him, because his big thing was he wanted to die to become, you know, help Armin and the boys become the heroes of the world. That's what they want. That's what he ultimately wanted. That was Eren's final plan and final wish. So if Eren would have showed him how he felt, we would have definitely have never seen this ending, right? And I feel like it's, you know, it's unfair to Eren if this is, you know, and unfair to Isama to kind of like hate it so blatantly when this is possibly what Eren actually wanted. And again, it goes against his actual, like, how his character was, but I could also see it in like some different lights. I'm trying to see it on both sides here, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just split in the middle. It's a good, bad ending. They did their absolute best with making it a middle ending, and I think it just leaves open an open chance for a sequel or some type of continuation at some point. So again, these are my final thoughts on the chapter and the series as a whole. I won't be doing too many more AOT videos on the channel. I just wanted to do this because I've been reading Attack on Titan for the last like 6 years of my life, and yeah, that was pretty much it. This is my spoiler review, and if you guys enjoyed, you know, cool stuff, definitely let me know how you guys felt about it. But I'm pretty much done here. So again, I will see you guys for the next Dokkan Battle video. I'm a Dokkan Battle YouTuber, so this is not going to happen very often, but since it's such a big chapter and it's such like a big point in my life, I decided to go ahead and you know, talk about it. And I feel like I want to give my thoughts and opinions because I've seen so much blatant hate for it, and I don't think it deserves as much hate as it's getting. I definitely think that there's good and bad to it, and I feel like that's kind of like the ending that he signified, and this is what he wanted. He wanted an ending where, you know, both sides kind of get what they want, right? In a way, some side gets kind of a good ending because everybody survives, but then like the bad ending is they don't get to live happily ever after. They're literally right back at war. Even 3 years later, they're at war. So it's not necessarily a good or bad ending. So that's how I'm just gonna keep it there. So all right, I'm done here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy your days, and you know, don't let this ending ruin your day. There's still plenty of other, you know, mangas out there. Like My Hero Academia is killing it. You know, we still have Hunter x Hunter whenever that's coming back. And I know there's plenty of other series out there that we could potentially see come down the line. So it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool, man. So all right, I'm done. See you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.